Greetings everyone. Today we will discuss about biochemical tests IMVIC. This is the unit 2 of B Pharm third semester pharmaceutical microbiology. We will discuss it as per the PCI syllabus. Biochemical tests. So what is done? Some microorganism they are similar morphologically. Then how to distinguish them? For those microorganisms, we use biochemical test. The bacterial species differ in their capacity to utilize different types of carbohydrate, protein, fat, etc. Bacterial species that cannot be differentiated, as I said, by morphology or cultural characteristic may show metabolic differences, which can be exploited. Most of the biochemical tests are based on the following assumption. The presence of specific enzyme like oxidase, gelatinase, coagulase, urease, etc. and production of metabolic end products. So, on the basis of these two assumptions, there are several biochemical tests are there. Some of the biochemical tests are as follows. There are numerous. I have only mentioned few. The sugar fermentation test, Voges-Proskauer test, methyl red test, citrate utilization test, indole production test, hydrogen sulfide production test, phenylalanine deaminase test, urease test, oxidase test, etc. So now IMVIC is a combination of 4 metabolics. So metabolic test I have discussed. So IMVIC test is combination of 4 different metabolic tests. These tests are indole production test. I stand for indole production test. M stands for methyl red test or MR test. VI stands for Voges-Proskauer test or VP test. C stands for citrate utilization test. Now this IMVIC test, these 4 tests are used to distinguish between different types of enteric bacteria, that is the bacteria which is living in our intestine, like Escherichia coli, Enterobacter aerogens. They can be which one is which bacteria is, if you are confused, you have isolated some microorganism, you are confused whether it is E. coli or Enterobacter aerogens, then what we will do, you can distinguish them by this IMVIC test. These are very simple tests. First to discuss with the indole production test. Indole test is a biochemical test performed on bacterial species to determine the ability of the organism to convert tryptophan, it's a kind of amino acid, to indole. This is performed by group of enzymes called, these enzymes are called tryptophanase. Now this indole test is useful for identification of many enterobacteria. Most strains of E. coli, P. vulgaris, P. redgray, M. morgani, etc. These are the different type of enteric bacteria. So now this indole test is used as a part of the IMVIC test. A variation on this test using Ehrlich's reagent, using ethyl alcohol in place of isoamyl alcohol, developed by Paul Ehrlich. It is used when performing the test on non-fermenter and anaerobes. Now, as I told you, tryptophan is an amino acid. It can undergo deamination and hydrolysis by bacteria that express express tryptophanase enzyme. That is, they have this enzyme. They have the ability to produce this tryptophanase enzyme. Now, indole is generated by reductive deamination from tryptophan. So, if tryptophan enzyme is there in your culture media, then if it has tryptophanase, that is, if it belong to particular type of bacterial species, then they will produce what? They will produce indole via intermediate molecule indole pyruvic acid. Tryptophanase catalyzes the deamination reaction, during which amine group of the tryptophan molecule is removed. Final product of the reaction are indole, pyruvic acid, ammonium and energy. Pyridoxal phosphate is required as coenzyme. So what is done? Microorganism suspension is taken, to it Kovacs reagent is added. So when indole is combined with Kovacs reagent, Kovac reagent again is what? It contains hydrochloric acid and p-dibutyl methyl aminobenzaldehyde in amyl alcohol. This chemical in amyl alcohol. The solution turns yellow. It was yellow when before the reaction it is yellow. Gradually it will become cherry red, because amyl alcohol is not soluble in water. So the red coloration will form in the oily layer. It is floating. That is why it is easy to distinguish. Methyl red test. Methyl red test detects the production of sufficient acid during the fermentation of glucose and the maintenance of condition such that the pH of an old culture is sustained below a value of about 4.5, as shown by the change in the color of methyl red indicator, which is added at the end of the period of incubation. So this is the basic principle. What happens? It is producing some acid. So if the pH goes below 4.5, then methyl red will change color. This is the methyl red in higher pH, and this is a 4.5 pH or below. So this is the how test is done. As I told you, they have some bacteria has the ability to utilize glucose and convert it to a stable acid like lactic acid, acetic acid, formic acid. Numerous acid bacteria can produce. These bacteria initially metabolize glucose. What they do? The bacteria metabolize glucose to pyruvic acid, which is further metabolized through a mixed acid pathway to produce stable acid. This type of acid production differs from species to species and depends on specific enzymic pathway present in the bacteria. That is, depend on the specific type of enzyme present in the bacteria. The acid so produced decreases the pH to 4.5 or below. If they decrease the pH below 4.5, then only the test will be successful, which is indicated by change in the color of the methyl red. So you must have done in your junior class titration reaction. You have seen when the pH dips below 4.5, the color change, similar color change occurs here. In methyl red test, the test bacteria is grown in broth medium containing glucose. So this is the procedure. The bacteria is grown in a broth media containing glucose. If the bacteria has the ability to utilize glucose with production of a stable acid, the color of the methyl red changes from yellow to red like this. Okay. Next is VI, that is the Voges-Proskauer test. Voges and Proskauer, they are the scientists in 1898 first observed the production of a red color after addition of potassium hydroxide to culture grown on specific media. These scientists, they first observed if they add potassium hydroxide to a grown culture, then there is a production of color. Harden, another scientist, later revealed that development of the red color was a result of acetyl methyl carbinol production. So he observed that thing, but in 1936, Barrett made the test more sensitive by adding alpha naphthol to the medium before adding potassium hydroxide. So now you see, we call it Voges-Proskauer test because they developed it for the first time. So now the original test is modified in 1936 by Barrett. That is why this VP test is also called Barrett test. So now principle of this test, what happens? If an organism produce acetyl methyl carbinol from glucose fermentation, then this test will be useful. If that thing is present, acetyl methyl carbinol is converted to diacetyl in presence of alpha naphthol and strong potassium hydroxide, and atmospheric oxygen must be also present. The alpha naphthol was, as I told you previously, was not part of the original procedure, but was found to act as a color intensifier. So this Barrett, as I told you, Barrett intensifier. So who observed this? Barrett observed, and so the alpha naphthol is used as color. So the diacetyl and quinidine containing compounds found in the peptone of broth then condense to form pinkish red polymer. Pinkish. So this is the Voges positive, and this is. So in the test, what is done? Alpha naphthol and strong anxiety, generally potassium hydroxide is used in presence of oxygen. For anaerobic bacteria, you cannot do that. Okay. So now, so which will be sensitive? Which type of bacteria will be sensitive? Now, those things which can utilize the diacetyl and quinidine containing compound. If those things are present, then only this test will be positive. Voges-Proskauer test. Next, citrate utilization test. Citrate agar is used to test organisms' ability to utilize citrate as source of energy. The medium which contains the sole carbon source as citrate and organic ammonium salt as the sole nitrogen source, then what will happen? This those microorganisms which will survive in that media will respond to this test. So that is the bacteria that can grow in this media, that is citrate as the sole carbon source and ammonium salt as the source. Your media, those things are there. Nitrogen source and carbon source is citrate, and ammonium salt is the source of nitrogen. So now, if bacteria can grow in this media, that means they are doing that. Citrate permease, which is present in those bacteria capable of converting citrate to pyruvate. Pyruvate can then enter the organism's metabolic cycle for the production of energy. Growth is indicative of utilization of citrate, an intermediate metabolite or in the Krebs cycle. So what is done when the bacteria metabolize citrate? The ammonium salts are broken down to form ammonia, so which increase the alkalinity. The shift in pH turns a bromothymol blue indicator in the medium to form green to blue above 7.6. So Christensen developed an alternative citrate test medium that does not require organism to use citrate as the sole carbon source. So Christensen's medium contains both peptone and cysteine. Thus, citrate negative media can also grow on this medium. A positive reaction shows that organism can use citrate but not necessarily as the sole carbon source. So to that we add some bromothiamyl blue. So what we will see, if these bioorganisms are capable of utilizing citrate, then the color will change from this to this, otherwise it will remain like this. So this is the citrate C in the IMVAC test. So I thank you for watching.